Okay, so we're back and we are going to finish up the meal. One thing I wanted to tell you that I didn't mention before, how many potatoes should you use to make mashed potatoes? My rule of thumb, one per person and then an extra one. If they're small, use about 5 maybe. If they're like small potatoes, about like that. But I used big baking type potatoes. They are russet, but they were large. I don't eat a lot, so I just did three of us, 3 potatoes. So we went ahead and put the corn on. It's frozen, it's not brain surgery. I know y'all know how to do that. So we're doing corn. And I also threw a couple of pieces of garlic bread in the oven for Kate. She loves it. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna take care of the gravy. Now I'm not making a thick gravy. Katie doesn't like gravy. Elliot says he doesn't either, but he eats it. Excuse me, I'll put this up. And while we were waiting, I went ahead and did the dishes and then I put them up. Because like I said, when you're done cooking, you're tired. And the last thing you want to have to face is a sink full of dirty dishes. So I like to clean as I go. Now, we are going to make, like I said, a thin gravy just to coat the meat. So we probably got about 3/4 of a cup of liquid left in the bottom of the pan. So you're going to take your cornstarch. This is going to be to thicken your liquid. And for me, I funnily never get it right. I never get it right. I've been cooking forever and I still never get it right. So what I do is I put too much in, because it's better to put too much in than not enough. So I usually just take a fork or a spoon, whatever, get a nice heaping. As a matter of fact, I would say, yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so then what you do is you take cold water. I would say 1/4 of a cup. So I'm going to do that right now. It's supposed to be cold, but I don't know, it might not come out cold. Oh yeah, it did. Alright, and you want to stir this really well. You want no lumps, no clumps, because if you have lumps or clumps, that's exactly how your gravy is going to turn out lumpy. Do y'all remember Lumpy from Leave It to Beaver? Did y'all ever watch Lumpy? Did you watch Leave It to Beaver? Yeah. It used to come on after school. We used to watch it after school. Alright, y'all. So, as I said, I hate dishes. So what I'm going to do, instead of using a whisk, I'm just going to put some of this in and I'm going to use my spatula and just kind of move it around. So let's put in about, half of that, or maybe less. The problem is, if you use too much, your gravy will be too thick and you will actually taste the cornstarch. Nobody wants that. So I don't know if y'all can see this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you.
Oh, we can see it more.
You can see it? Okay, it thickened right. Look at that. It thickened right up. Okay, so what I do is I take my little guys and I flip them. And I'll do this a couple times before serving, just because I like both sides to have the juice, the gravy on it. So let's do that. Okay. And now the dog is crying. So we're just going to leave that on low. And we're going to make room so that we can do our potatoes. Let's turn the burner off in the back. That's the burner in the back, right? Yeah. As you can tell, I don't usually use my burners in the back. Move that out of our way. Honey, will you hand me a, yeah. All right. Just one. Thanks. Okay, for me, y'all, this is really tricky because I have to, being at this level, I have to reach my arm over the flame. And it does get hot, so. Yeah, go ahead and give me that other one. I'm sorry. I thought I could do it with one hand, but I cannot. Thank you. All right, so let's drain the potatoes. If I can get this. Oh, thank you, honey. Okay. I'm just going to drain these. Oh yeah, those are good. Okay, I'm not going to put it back on the heat. I'm just going to stick it over here. My counters are old. Is that corn done? Yeah. Yes. Okay, let me get a spoon. I want to put some butter in the corn and butter in my potatoes. So it's, your discretion, however much butter y'all like. My family likes butter. So I'm going to grab about that much right now, stick it in my potatoes. Then we're going to take a couple tablespoons, stick them in our corn. Okay, that is doing great. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off because we don't want to lose any more of the gravy. If we continue to cook it, it's just going to dissolve. And this is going to stay warm enough while we do the rest of things. So, okay, so we've got the butter in there. I just want to stir this real quick. Make sure I didn't burn the corn. No, I didn't. Well, look at me go. All right, so there's the corn. And what we did is we added, I use Splenda. So we put in the corn, we added a packet of Splenda to make the corn sweet, salt and pepper to taste. And as you saw, we just added the butter. Okay, so, oh, that's the garlic bread. Let me turn it on. Hit start. I hit start, shut up. Okay, so let's do a timer. We're going to do 17 minutes. Oh. Okay, we're doing 16 minutes, which is fine because, to be honest, it's not like the oven's going to totally be cool in 16 minutes. So if it's not quite done, check it and then just leave it in there while you're finishing up the rest of your stuff. Now, one thing I just remembered is I have no friggin' milk. Nope, I don't have any milk for the mashed potatoes. So we're going to do something else. We're going to add sour cream. It's a substitute. It'll work. Now, I have buttermilk, but I think that would taste a little freaky. So we're not going to use that. I think this is my sour cream. Always on the top shelf far, far away where I can't reach it. Yep. Okay, so we're going to use sour cream. Ain't going to hurt nobody. Now, if you want at this point, you can do to your mashed potatoes whatever flavor you want. If you want to add garlic powder or fresh garlic, you can do that. Maybe some chopped up green onion. Whatever makes you happy, whatever your family likes. You can add cheese. Make it like a loaded baked potato. Whatever y'all like. When we're having this kind of meal, we like them plain. So I'm going to take the fork I used to poke them. And I'm just going to add, well, I don't know how much. So right now, I would say that's probably about a quarter cup. So let's add that. I might have to use all of this. It's not going to alter the flavor too much. It's just going to give it a slight tang. And my mixer broke. Well, no, that's a lie. My mixer works, but it was the mixer my mother had back in the 60s. And believe it or not, it does still work. But one time, Hannah, she can't get past. But one time I was making a cake. And I was using that hand mixer, and a bolt or a nut fell out of it and landed in my cake mix. I was able to put it back in, but I don't use it anymore. I don't take that chance. Because one time I cooked something and your dad said there was a bolt in it. I'm like, I don't even know how that happened. I wasn't like building a robot while I was cooking dinner. So, okay, salt and pepper to taste. Now remember, your potatoes have no friggin' flavor at all until you add it. So, You might have to add more salt at a later date. Just cooking is all about tasting it. You have to taste it a little bit to see if you need to make any changes. My pepper comes out real slow, so it's not like I'm adding a ton of pepper. It just comes out slow. But even if I did, it would probably be okay because, like I said, my family really likes pepper. We all do. As a matter of fact, Caitlin's dad is so funny. One night I was loading up his lunchbox, and I found like a whole bunch of those portable packets of are you catching that? Okay. Of pepper. I just kind of laughed to myself. All right, so obviously this is not enough. Let's go ahead and add the rest. I'm going to say all in all, probably a half a cup of sour cream. But don't just plop it in there now, y'all. Like I said, look at it. And, you know, until you get the right consistency that you're looking for, which is, of course, a smooth potato. That's our goal. Chunk that. That's trash. Okay. And can y'all see the dog? Can you see her? That's her spot, y'all, while I'm cooking. She thinks I'm stupid, but I know why she's there. She waiting on me to drop something. Let me add the rest of this butter. I don't want to get another dish dirty. Okay, I'll just use my hand. Damn. That's fine. When you use your finger like that, all it means is that you're directly depositing your love right into your food. So, don't worry about it. Plus, it's my daughter and my husband. It's okay. Alright, so let's finish mashing these. Stir it a little. That's kind of how I do it. Yeah, I forgot Dad told me they're not really bad. And I don't think I ordered any more through Instacart. So, I did put it on my list with Alexa, though. No, we need to definitely put corn on the list. Alright. Those look nice. Do you want to try it? Okay, let me get you a fork. And you tell me. The problem with having kidney issues is your taste buds are not the same. Nothing tastes like it's supposed to. Chocolate, that's the worst. I personally have always loved chocolate. I've been a chocolate girl, but y'all, iced tea, Coke, most beverages do not taste right, so that's why I just drink coffee and water. They're the only two things that taste like they're supposed to. Now, this is hot. We're going to give it over to Katie to see if we need more salt or more pepper.
More pepper and salt.
It needs more salt and pepper? All right. I also have a hard time.
Not a lot of salt.
Just like this. Yeah. Also, I don't taste salt much anymore, so that's kind of why I also get Caitlin to taste test things for me.
I like the sour cream.
You like it? It gives it a little bit of tang.
I like that.
And it's a good alternative to the milk if you don't have any.
I think I prefer that over the milk.
These are really smooth. Give me a fork. I know, I don't care, I'm double dipping. It's just us. It's just our germs. And I made you, so I ain't scared. Your germs are my germs. Yeah, that's good the way it is. Okay, so we got that done. Now, let me just straighten up a little bit so we can make a plate for you. So y'all can see what it looks like. I'll put this in the sink, this in the trash. Okay, let me check Katie's garlic bread real quick. Still has about 8 minutes, but she's used to me. I always do the garlic bread like a last minute thing, so it's never ready when her plate is. She's used to it. Excuse me. So am I doing your plate or Dad's plate? Dad. Then I need his, you know, yeah. Is there a lid in there? I think it fell to the back. Thanks. All right, so we've got Elise's lunch kit. And we're going to go ahead and give him 2 of these. He works really long hours, 12 to 16 hours a day. He needs a good lunch. So, see how this thickened, y'all? So it's more of a coating than a gravy. And that's, like I said, how Katie likes it. And Elise does too. I personally am a gravy girl. I'm from the country and I could put gravy on a stick and eat it and be happy. Think it was really good. But that's just me. So since we're giving Elise 2, we're going to give him the smallest 2. Because ain't nobody got to be a fatty potato. And then I'm just going to take a little bit on the spatula and just kind of pour it over a little bit. We just want to keep it moist. Now let me get a spoon. Bam. And there's the dog. Alright, so let's get his potatoes. Oh, those came out really smooth. I used to not really be good with that hand thing, the musher. But you live and learn. That's all you got. You know, cooking is a lot of experimenting and, you know, making do with what you have. Food isn't that hard. It's really not. My only problem is Katie doesn't like rice, and Elise claims he doesn't like potatoes, but he does. But, you know, let's be difficult. So, Katie doesn't like rice. Elise says he doesn't like potatoes. And sometimes, okay, and like I like white meat chicken. Katie likes legs. Elise likes thighs. So sometimes it's very complicating to come up with a meal that everybody is going to eat. I mean, a lot of times I just give up because I'm just so tired of it. I just can't. And poor Katie, every night it's like, don't put the lid. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to show you what it looks like. Okay, now we're going to put the lid on it. And that is Elias's lunch. Okay, that's it. All right, y'all. Katie's garlic bread is finishing up in the oven. All you have to do is follow package directions on that. And I hope that you learned something. And if you have any questions, comment. And I'll do the best that I can to answer you. And if you have any recipes you'd like for me to try, let me know. Katie loves Chinese food. And we make a really mean chicken pan fried noodle. And we make egg rolls, homemade. Not as difficult as it seems. Don't let it intimidate you. Just relax, okay? You can do it. And thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. And I'll see you next time.
You haven't paused it yet.
All right.